The captain of the container ship that collided with a tanker in the North Sea has been arrested on suspicion of gross negligence manslaughter. It's been confirmed the man is a Russian national. These are the latest pictures coming to us from the North Sea. And here you can see the damage to that Portuguese container ship, the A.L. Long, which is still on fire, flames and smoke coming from the decks. And this is the American oil tanker, which was carrying jet fuel for the U.S. military. When the collision happened off the coast of eastern England. The company that manages the tank said an initial review showed environmental impacts of the leaking jet fuel had been limited. Let's hear from our North of England correspondent, Rowan Bridge, who's in Grimsby. What are today's developments, Rowan? Yes. Well, as you say, a 59-year-old man who now know to be the captain of the Solong and a Russian national was arrested yesterday. We had some news this morning that he remains in police custody. At the moment, he was arrested on suspect of gross negligence manslaughter, and that followed the calling off of the search for a missing crew member from the Solong, who is assumed to have died at sea. The police say they are still working to establish the full circumstances of what happened in this crash. They are leading the criminal investigation into what happened, yesterday. Mike Cain, the transport minister, stood up in Parliament in the UK and said that something must have gone terribly wrong for this crash to happen, but said that there was no EV evidence at the moment of any sort of foul play. The other major concern at the moment, as you say, is the two ships involved. As you said, we've seen some pictures this morning, which show the Solong still on fire, so I think a priority will be trying to put out those flames. And you may have also seen footage where you can see the hole in the side of the Stena Immaculate, where jet fuel has leaked from the vessel into the sea, and the concern is that because is a potential threat to wildlife, marine life. Now that was carrying 220,000 barrels of jet fuel. The concern was how much of that may end up in the sea. The initial assessment is that the damage may be less than was first feared, because some of it looks like may have burnt off in the explosions and fire that followed the collision, and then some of it has evaporated from the surface of the sea. I think what they'll be doing now is trying to bring those fires under control, and then we'll be looking at a salvage operation, really trying to rescue those ships and salvage the situation as it is. Yeah, some experts have said it's essential that these vessels are kept afloat, or there's a whole range of other problems that they'll incur. It's easy said than done. Yeah. I mean, there were concerns that this Long was going to sink in. In fact, Mike Kay, the transport minister, indicated that might be the case yesterday in Parliament. It now appears that is less likely, that they are less worried about it sinking. Though the Solong has indeed moved, some messages from my colleagues this morning said that it's clearly moved from where it was yesterday, so it's still adrift, if you like. But at the moment it doesn't seem to be at risk of sinking, which is one of the other fears that they had, and what the consequences of that might be as well. Roman, for the moment, thank you very much, Roman Bridge and Grimp.